The new American dream is to leave America, because last year more people moved out than moved in. And it's not just the immigrants that Donald's trying to kick out. It's US citizens who are doing the Donald Dash. It's kind of crazy when you think about it, because Americans have been sold this American exceptionalism propaganda for generations. Trump continues to sell it with his little gold card, that the United States is this club that everybody wants into. But it's telling that the people with lifetime memberships to that club, whose friends and family are probably all members of that club, are leaving in the highest numbers since 1935. People aren't just leaving because their remote salaries or their retirement will allow them to have a better lifestyle in a country with a lower cost of living. These are also parents who don't want their kids growing up in a country where they have to do active shooter drills in their elementary school. These are academics and researchers after the funding cuts. These are people whose loved ones have been deported, and these are people who are being discriminated against by this administration. So I'm curious, hands up, would you leave? If so, where would you go? And would you do a visa, or do you have citizenship in another country?
American citizens are leaving the United States at a rapid rate. The Wall Street Journal put out this article this morning that for the first time in years, there's a net migration out of the United States. But plot twist, it's not just the immigrants that are leaving. This administration's policies are increasingly driving American citizens out of the United States in pursuit of a better quality of life, more opportunities, and just a better way of living. This is the first time since the Great Depression that this has happened. So I guess you could say it's kind of a big deal. And with an increasingly aging population, there is a real risk that this will be a serious problem soon. Thank you, Wall Street Journal, for covering this, and go give this article a read.
This is something we got to talk about. United States citizens are leaving the U.S. and going to other countries. Whether it's Ghana, whether it's Thailand, whether it's Tokyo, you're starting to see it more and more. This is not a drill. This is happening. And for whatever reason, people are pretty much giving up on the American dream for whatever reason. And what I've personally seen from the videos is everybody's happy. And at the end of the day, that's what you want to be. You want to be happy. You don't want to be somewhere where you're miserable, you're struggling, and it's just killing your vibe. But we really I think this is something we got to start talking about. People will come to America because America was what they would say the American dream. And I think the American dream is now turned into the American nightmare. And when you look at these other countries, if you're cultured enough, you'll see that, man, the places are beautiful. They have the same thing, if not more. The prices split in half, probably less than split in half. And you get a lot more. But it's just weird. We have these politicians in place right now who are just really turning this shit into a third world country. Like when you have U.S. citizens that decide to say, you know what, fuck this place, I'm out. And just uproot their entire life and go to another country that they have no clue about, and they're taking the biggest risk. But when you look at them a year, 2 years later, they're extremely happy. You got a serious problem here on the U.S. soil. That's a real problem. Just something to think about. Hopefully this is helpful to somebody. Chris with the Gems.
If you're an American waking up today thinking, holy shit, is this my moment? Is this the moment that is literally going to make me leave this country? Listen up. We left 2.5 years ago. We live in Portugal. It was the best decision we ever made. In fact, it was moments like this that we knew would probably come that made us want to leave. I have joined a company called She Thrives Abroad, and we are coaches that help people move abroad. I happen to be the coach for Portugal because I sit in Portugal. But we help anyone move anywhere in the world that has a legal visa path. We just happen to focus on Portugal, Spain, and the Netherlands. So I say again, if this is the day that you wake up and you say, I've had it, like so many other Americans, and you want help with this process of moving, of preparing, of exploring visa paths, of actually executing on the plan and having a clear roadmap of how to do that, I want you to put a comment below and then send me a direct message. I will personally refer you into our program and we can get you started. Y'all, America is not the end all be all. So, is today the day that you make that decision? Because if it is, we need to talk. Because we have access to resources that can help you do it sooner rather than later.
Another reason why a lot of Americans are ditching the US and moving to Asia is the peace of mind and the lifestyle differences. We didn't just move here for price differences, we moved here for peace. Back home in the States, we felt like we were always in survival mode, and a girl is tired, I'm exhausted. Here we feel safe, supported, and that we finally have space to breathe. There's such a strong sense of community here. People greet you, they smile, and they genuinely care. It's hard to put a price tag on that type of energy.
Okay, so let's dive into a story that every American has felt in the bones today. But before we get into that, welcome back to the channel. My name is Rachel. If it's your first time to be on this channel, please go ahead, subscribe and turn on that notification bell so that every time I upload such videos, you'll be notified. Okay, so today's social media is blowing up with one controversial question. Is the American dream dead? So a major report widely shared across TikTok and X shows that more Americans are choosing to leave the United States in 2026. Yeah, the headlines are dramatic. I can tell you that. I can confirm that. And the debate is even more intense. So across Reddit threads and trending TikTok posts, people aren't just talking about numbers. They're sharing personal stories, young professionals overwhelmed by housing costs, parents frustrated with education and healthcare systems, veterans tired of endless political fights, and young Americans in particular are saying they see a better future abroad. So traditional outlets like the Times of India's coverage of this trend report that raising cost of living, deep political polarization, and a longing for greater stability and work-life balance are the top reasons people are packing up their lives. But here's where it gets emotionally charged. Comments on X range from called pragmatism, I can't afford a home here anymore, to outright outbreak. I had to leave my family just so my kids could have opportunities I never had. Some Americans fully support the trend, saying it highlights systems failures, that the era of land of opportunity might be fading. Others absolutely reject the narrative, calling it sensationalism or clickbait that doesn't reflect the majority. Everywhere you scroll, especially on platforms like Instagram and TikTok, there are videos tagged American Dreams 2026, Great American Exit, and Why We Left USA. This story isn't just statistics, it's human stories. People lamenting losing their sense of hometown pride, rethinking what success means, and wrestling with the emotional weight of leaving behind familiarity in search of hope. I want you to take a moment and really think about what we've just discussed. Millions of US citizens quietly choosing to walk away from the country they were born in, not because they don't love it, but because they believe they can't build the life they once dreamed of there. That's huge, that's emotional, and that's exactly why this topic has gone viral across nearly every major social media platform. Let's rewind for a second. What is the American dream? Traditionally, it meant owning a home, having enough to provide for a family, rising through hard work, and passing on something better to the next generation for decades. That idea, however flawed, defined America in the global imagination. But now people on TikTok, Instagram, and X are talking about something online known as the Great American Exit, a phrase that literally encapsulates people leaving the US in record numbers. Now, I want to be clear, no single video, chart, or article tells the whole story, but what is undeniable is this: the sheer volume of personal testimonies and comments, replies, duets, and threads is staggering. A young man in Portland posted that he moved to Europe because rent in his studio apartment, was 3 times what he was paying just a few years ago. A teacher in Atlanta shared on TikTok that she relocated to Canada after the healthcare cost nearly wiped out her savings. A small business owner from Texas wrote that after years of tax hikes and bureaucracy, he gave up and now runs a cafe abroad, happier, calmer, and financially stable. These aren't fringe voices. These are real Americans arguing passionately online, saying the American economy is rigged against the middle class. Others say that political toxicity, the endless culture wars are more exhausting than any financial challenge. And here's what's fascinating. You see splits not just by political ideology, but by generation. What do you guys think about this? Okay, what do you guys think about this? What is causing this? What is causing this trend on TikTok, on social media platforms, on all? This is real life, guys. This is not even about a trend. Like, people are literally leaving the US in big numbers, relocating to other countries. What do you think could be the cause of that? Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And if it's your first time to be on this channel, go ahead, subscribe and turn on that notification bell so that every time I upload such videos, you'll be notified. I'll definitely see you in my next video. Stay peaceful.